A very good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha Television. I am Aishwarya Kapoor with you and here are the headlines. 68% voting registered in Uttarakhand and 65% in second phase of polling in Uttar Pradesh on Wednesday. World media hails ISRO'S historic launch, says India has emerged as key player in global commercial space market. ISRO had launched 104 satellites at one go. Cabinet nod to merger of 5 SBI associate banks with parent organisation. Move expected to give recurring savings of over 1,000 crore rupees in first year. Rival AIADMK camps in Tamil Nadu stake a claim to form government. Palaniswamy and Pannerselvam camps meet governor again. Sasikala sent to prison. And US President Donald Trump expresses openness to one-state solution to Israeli-Palestinian conflict, asks Prime Minister Netanyahu to temporarily hold on Jewish settlements. Well, our top focus this morning is the political situation in Tamil Nadu, while the leaders of the two rival camps in the AIADMK have met the governor again, staking claim to form the government in the state. Well, Palaniswamy, the AIADMK legislative party leader who had called on the governor on Tuesday, again met him on Wednesday evening with his camp and claimed support of 124 out of the party's 134 MLAs. Well, Fisheries Minister D. Jayakumar was among those who accompanied Palaniswamy, claimed that the group has the support of 124 MLAs. Meanwhile, Pannerselvam also gave a representation to the governor, claiming majority support and seeking an opportunity to demonstrate it. The Pannerselvam camp has alleged that the AIADMK MLAs were held at a resort in Chennai's outskirts against their wishes. Well, Governor Rao was on Monday advised by Attorney General Mukul Rohtgi to convene a special session of the Legislative Assembly within a week for holding a composite fourth floor test. Well, he is here to take a call on whom to invite to form the government first, or to go for a trial of strength in the assembly.
அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தினுடைய சட்டமன்ற கட்சி தலைவராக ஒருமனதாக ஏகமனதாக தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்டிருக்கின்ற மாண்புமிகு எடப்பாடி பழனிசாமி அவர்களுக்கு அனைத்து பெரும்பான்மையான சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினருடைய ஆதரவு இருக்கின்ற நிலையில் எங்களை அழைத்து அமைச்சரவை உடனடியாக அமைத்து அதன் மூலம் சட்டமன்ற ஜனநாயக மாண்பினை காக்கப்பட வேண்டும் என்கின்ற கருத்தை வலியுறுத்தினோம். எனவே மேதகு ஆளுநர் அவர்கள் நிச்சயமாக ஜனநாயகத்தை காப்பார், ஜனநாயகத்தை காக்க வேண்டும், ஜனநாயகத்தை நீங்கள் நிச்சயமாக காப்பீர் என்ற அந்த நம்பிக்கை எங்களுக்கு இருக்கின்றது. எனவே எங்களை நீங்கள் நிச்சயமாக நாளைக்கு அழைப்பீர்கள் என்ற அந்த நம்பிக்கையோடு எங்கள் கருத்துக்களை எல்லாம் தெரிவித்தோம். அந்த கருத்தை கனிவுடன் பரிசீலிப்பதாக ஆவண செய்வதாக மேதகு ஆளுநர் அவர்கள் தெரிவித்தார்கள். எனவே நம்பிக்கையோடு ஜனநாயகம் நிச்சயமாக பாதுகாக்கப்படும் என்ற அந்த நம்பிக்கையோடு மேதகு ஆளுநர் அவர்களை சந்தித்துவிட்டு வந்திருக்கின்றோம் என்பதை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம்.
And earlier, AIADMK General Secretary V.K. Sasikala was sent to jail on Wednesday after she surrendered before a special court at the premises of the Central Jail on the outskirts of Bangalore. Well, Sasikala started her journey from Chennai to Bangalore around noon, soon after the Supreme Court rejected her plea to grant more time to surrender before the court. Well, here is a roundup of the developments of the day yesterday.
Emotional scenes at the Jayalalitha Memorial in Chennai on a day when the police filed cases against V.K. Sasikala and AIADMK legislature party leader E. Palaniswamy. The convicted party general secretary also visited the MJR Memorial and paid floral tributes to the late Tamil Nadu chief minister before heading to surrender at a local court in Bengaluru.
और फैसले ने ये बता दिया है कि अगर करप्शन होगी हाई प्लेसेस में, ऊंचे लोगों में, तब भी कोर्ट उस पर बड़े हेवी हैंड से काम लेगी.
Security was also tightened at the resort where the AIADMK MLAs are staying.
We are free. On our own we are staying here comfortably. All of us staying with our family members. Then where is the necessity for so many?
Our humble request is that His Excellency Governor must invite Mr. Palaniswamy as early as possible to form the government.
The Karnataka High Court decided to shift the venue of Sasikala's surrender to the central jail outside Bengaluru due to security considerations. The late Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha, Sasikala and her relatives V.N. Sudhakaran and J. Ilavarasi had spent 3 weeks in this jail after the trial court convicted them in September 2014.
Course of action, nothing. Yeah. They will serve the sentence as per the direction.
Sir, will you appeal to Supreme Court for 2 weeks of...
No. Nothing.
Earlier, the Supreme Court refused to entertain Sasikala's petition, seeking more time to surrender for undergoing her jail term in the disproportionate assets case. A bench headed by Justice P.C. Ghosh said they did not intend to pass any order on the judgment.
Whatever they have mentioned, these things also, Sasikala must have told, yes, I only did it. There is no role by Jayalalitha. Because as she told about all the other things that she was responsible for everything. And this also, the scam, that what she should say is, I only responsible. I only did everything. But she has not told it, but the court has made it very specific. So I am happy the culprit, they have been booked.
On Wednesday, Sasikala re-inducted close relatives TTV Dinakaran and S. Venkatesh into the party 5 years after they were expelled by J. Jayalalitha. Dinakaran, her nephew and a former Rajya Sabha member, was appointed as the party's Deputy General Secretary. Sasikala said both were re-inducted after they had apologized to her in person and through letters. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
An Indian Space Research Organization or ISRO scripted history on Wednesday by successfully launching a record 104 satellites. Well, this was the highest number of satellites ever launched in a single mission. It was ISRO's first space mission for the year 2017 and the most complicated mission that it has ever carried out.
3, 2, 1, 0, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It was a moment of great pride as India's trusted workhorse PSLV C-37 on its 39th mission took off in the morning at 9:28 a.m. from Sriharikota. 17 minutes later, the rocket started placing the satellites into orbit one by one with a time frame of about 11 minutes. It first injected the Cartosat-2 series, India's indigenously built Earth observation satellites, followed by 2 other nanosatellites, INS-1A and INS-1B. The rocket then took less than 10 minutes to place 101 foreign nanosatellites, of which 96 belong to the USA and 1 each to Israel, Kazakhstan, the Netherlands, Switzerland and the United Arab Emirates.
PSLV C-37 has put in the Cartosat-2 series satellite, and all the remaining 103 satellites have been successfully put into the orbit by this launch vehicle. My hearty congratulations to the entire ISRO team for the wonderful job they have done.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Pranab Mukherjee congratulated the space agency for the historic event that significantly boosts India's space program. The indigenous satellites will be used for providing remote sensing services and are equipped with special image sensors. They will monitor activities of India's hostile neighbors at a resolution of less than 1 meter. The images will also be used for a large number of geographic information system applications.
This cartography will help in a bigger way for the whole nation, especially the nation like India, which is developing. We should know what was yesterday, what is today, and all this infrastructure building point of view. These high resolution images will help in a bigger way for the planners and as well as the policy makers.
India broke the record set by Russia, which launched 37 satellites in one go in 2014, while NASA had successfully sent 29 satellites in 2013. After this mega launch, ISRO plans to go to Venus for the first time and revisit the red planet Mars very soon.
5,460 combinations. The biggest challenge that ISRO braved was to avert collusion of these satellites with unique sequence management. India's foray into space, catapulted by ISRO's multiple satellite launch, will give a huge booster shot to its commercial wing, Antariksh. And today's achievement would be inscribed in golden letters, not just in India's, but in world space history. Reporting from Sriharikota, with camera person Sudhanshu, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
And the world media has hailed India's historic achievement, India now being termed as the key player in the growing global commercial space market. Well, the BBC called Wednesday's launch yet another feather in the cap of India's ambitious space program that has earned the reputation of offering a reliable, low-cost alternative to existing international players. Well, the UK's Guardian newspaper said that the record-breaking space launch will help India to cement its place as a serious player in the growing private space market, while the New York Times also acknowledged India's emergence as a key player in the commercial space market. The CNN said that the real space race is taking place in Asia. The success of the PSLV-C3 mission also found mention in China's state-run media as well as in the Pakistani media. And now on to our special segment, Verdict 2017. Well, the single phase of voting for 69 out of the 70 assembly seats in Uttarakhand concluded peacefully on Wednesday. Well, a 68% voter turnout was recorded, which was 2% more than the last elections. Here are all the details.
Voting in Uttarakhand took place amid tight security arrangements. Long queues were seen right from the morning itself as the state voted for 69 out of 70 assembly seats. Polling was peaceful, with local issues appearing to dominate the voters' mind.
Uttarakhand voter turnout had been the record turnout, highest ever. At 5 p.m. the percentage of turnout was 68%.
जो भी हमारी जो सरकार आएगी कुछ बेटर करे मान ले, ये हम चाहते हैं। समाज के लिए कुछ सुधार चाहिए जीवन में, और हमारे विजय कॉलोनी में पानी की समस्या, बिजली की समस्या, सड़क की समस्या,
जो यंग जनरेशन में जो जैसे बेरोजगारी है उसकी ये जो मेन समस्या है उसको दूर करें।
Voting for the assembly seat of Karnaprayag constituency was rescheduled for 9th March following the death of a BSP candidate. Chief Minister Harish Rawat, who is seeking a second stint in office, is contesting from 2 seats, Haridwar Rural and Kicha in Udham Singh Nagar district. With a lot at stake, the main contenders fielded their star campaigners in the election. The BJP even had a lot of union ministers addressing poll rallies.
मैं लोगों से कहूंगा कि एक स्पष्ट अच्छा बहुमत हमको दें ताकि मैं जिस रूप में वो चाहते हैं यहाँ की गवर्नमेंट चले वो दिखा सकूं। अभी तो खाली हमने झलक दिखी है और आगे तो बहुत कुछ करना बाकी है।
चाहे वो कानून व्यवस्था हो, चाहे आर्थिक तंत्र की व्यवस्था हो, और चाहे वो अवस्थापना विकास का हो, हर क्षेत्र में बिल्कुल ऐसी परिस्थिति में विकास के काम सब ठप पड़ गए। अब लगा ही नहीं कि यहाँ कोई शासन है, जंगल राज जैसा लगा लोगों को। तो इसलिए शुरू से ही लोगों ने ये मन बना दिया था इस समय इस सरकार को उखाड़ना है।
628 candidates are in the fray for the single phase of polling in the Hill State. In the 2012 assembly elections, out of the 70 assembly seats, BJP won 31, Congress 32, BSP 3, Independent 3 and UKDP 1 seat. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And 65% voters turned up at the polling booths to exercise their franchise in the second phase of Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections, with the 720 candidates in fray. Well, Uttar Pradesh is witnessing a three-way contest among Samajwadi Party, Congress Alliance, the BJP and the BSP.
Second phase elections in Uttar Pradesh on Wednesday amid tight security. Polling was held in 67 assembly constituencies spread across 11 districts.
मैं ये समझता हूं कि ये सारे इंतजामात के चलते जो बहुत अच्छी पार्टिसिपेशन वोटर्स की देखने को मिली, और 5 बजे तक ऑलरेडी 65.5% हमारी वोटिंग हो चुकी थी एंड स्टिल काउंटिंग.
Districts that saw voting included Saharanpur, Bijnor, Muradabad, Sambhal, Rampur, Bareilly, Amroha, Pilibhit, Lakhimpur Kheri, Shahjahanpur and Badaयूं.
This stage of election is important because of 2 reasons. One is sizable Muslim population and another is consolidation against the minority voters. If there is a split in the Muslim population, advantage may go to BJP, but if it is not, advantage may come to the alliance between SP and Congress.
Over 50,000 police constables, hundreds of home guards and several head constables were deployed to ensure free and fair elections. There were no reports of any untoward incident from any of the polling booths.
अभी तक सब कुछ शांतिपूर्ण रहा है और हम लोग पूरे प्रयास किए हुए हैं कि सब कुछ शांतिपूर्वक संपन्न होगा और किसी भी प्रकार की स्थिति से निपटने के लिए हम पूरी तरह से तैयार हैं।
Voting was marked by long queues in many places and enthusiasm among first-time voters. 720 candidates are in the fray, with as many as 22 from Bijnor and a minimum of 4 nominees from Amroha. Prominent contestants include SP Minister Azam Khan and his son Abdullah Azam from the Rampur and Swar seats. For the BJP, Legislature Party leader Suresh Kumar Khanna is contesting from Shahjahanpur city.
उत्साह इसलिए है कि लोगों ने बहुत बुरे दिन देखे हैं। अच्छे दिनों के नाम से लोगों को इतना ठगा गया है और इस कदर जुल्म हुए हैं। ये क्योंकि बहुत कमजोरों का इलाका है। जीवन स्तर बढ़ाया है, खुशियां दी हैं, प्यासे को पानी दिया है, जिनके सम्मान छीन लिए गए थे उन्हें सम्मान दिया है।
मुझे लगता नहीं है नोटबंदी कोई मुद्दा है। नोटबंदी आम आदमी उससे संतुष्ट है और उसे प्रसन्न है और मेरा मानना है कि अब उत्तर प्रदेश में भारतीय जनता पार्टी बहुमत की ओर आगे बढ़ रही है। पहले राउंड का जो परिणाम समझ में आ रहा है और दूसरे राउंड में मैं मानता हूं कि निश्चित रूप से भारतीय जनता पार्टी भारी बढ़त के साथ आगे आएगी।
साफ स्वच्छ मतदान किया है। अच्छा प्रत्याशी विजयी होकर जाए, प्रदेश में उच्च कोटि की सरकार बने।
ये बदलाव अमन, चैन, शांति, प्रदेश का विकास, ये कांग्रेस के और समाजवादी गठबंधन की जो प्रत्याशी है रुचि वीरा, उसको वोट डाला है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi and Bahujan Samaj Party Chief Mayawati campaigned extensively in the second phase constituencies. Polling will be next held on February 19th, 23rd, 27th and March 4th and 8th. Counting of votes will be taken up on March 11th. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And campaigning for the third phase of UP elections scheduled for Sunday is entering in its last leg. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address a rally in Barabanki district today. He is scheduled to address 6 more rallies in the coming days. While BJP President Amit Shah will address 3 rallies in Kaushambi, Pratapgarh and Amethi. Also, Home Minister Rajnath Singh will be addressing rallies in Farrukhabad, Kanpur and Unnao districts. While UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav will address the public in Etawah, Mainpuri and Kannauj districts today. Yadav is also scheduled to campaign for his sister-in-law Aparna Yadav. And Rahul Gandhi will address 3 rallies in Sitapur, Hardoi and Unnao districts, while a senior Congress leader Ghulam Nabi Azad will also be holding rallies in Barabanki and Lucknow. And the Congress party has lodged a complaint with the Election Commission against the BJP for allegedly offering to finance the poll campaign of activist turned politician Irom Sharmila in Manipur. Well, in its complaint to the poll panel, the Congress alleged that the charges by Sharmila were grave and serious and required a thorough investigation. The party also said that the allegations need to be investigated in depth to reach the truth, to save the constitution and the democratic process. The BJP, however, has termed these allegations as baseless and an absolute lie. While briefing media on Tuesday, Sharmila had announced that she was offered 36 crore rupees by a BJP leader. Later, she clarified it was more of a suggestion and not an offer. Sharmila recently launched the People's Resurgence and Justice Alliance and announced to take on Manipur Chief Minister Ukram Singh Ibobi in the assembly polls. And the Election Commission will send a team to Punjab to review the security arrangements after the Aam Aadmi Party alleged a breach of security of EVMs in the state. While the Chief Electoral Officer of Himachal Pradesh and Additional Chief Electoral Officer of Delhi will visit the constituencies to interact with political parties. They will also preview the CCTV footage and logbooks maintained at the strong rooms. Well, the team has been asked to submit its report by 17th of February. Moving on to some other news now, the Cabinet has given its go-ahead to the merger of 5 associate banks of the SBI with the parent organisation, while 31 contracts under the Discovered Small Oil Fields policy have also been approved. The government on Wednesday gave the nod for the merger of 5 subsidiary banks of the State Bank of India with the parent organisation, saying this will cut down operational costs and improve efficiency.
The Cabinet therefore cleared the proposal for merger of the State Bank of India into the State Bank of India of its 5 subsidiary banks, namely the State Bank of Bikaner and Jaipur, State Bank of Hyderabad, State Bank of Travancore, State Bank of Mysore, and State Bank of Patiala. This merger will certainly lead to far greater operational efficiency. It will lead to synergy of operations within these banks.
The centre hopes that the move will result in savings of more than 10 billion rupees in the first year of the merger. The cabinet also approved contracts under the discovered small oil fields policy. Out of these, 14 had a single bidder, while the rest 17 for multiple bids.
The cabinet today decided to award contracts under the discovered small field policy. This was a proposal of the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. These 31 contracts in all have been cleared today.
The Union Cabinet also approved amending the Collection of Statistics Act 2008. The bill seeks to extend jurisdiction of the Collection of Statistics Act 2008 to Jammu and Kashmir on matters pertaining to statistics under union and concurrent lists to strengthen data collection mechanism in the state. The cabinet also approved signing of an air services agreement between India and Rwanda to allow the airlines of the two countries to operate services in each other's territory. This is Vishal Daya's report for Rajya Sabha TV. And Finance Minister Arun Jaitley on Wednesday has said that the currency is in surplus and the ministry is monitoring status of the ATMs on a daily basis to sort out operational issues. While replying to questions on several ATMs, including in the national capital running dry, while Finance Minister said that the Department of Financial Services is collecting details about money in ATMs, well, there might be a few operational issues in some locations, but no shortage of cash is there. Well, the minister further added that he is getting the report on a daily basis so that these kind of situations do not arise.
देखिए डेली बेसिस पर डीएफएस इसकी डिटेल्स इकट्ठी कर रहा है और कहीं ऑपरेशनल कारण होंगे, लेकिन जो रिपोर्ट मेरे पास डेली आती है आपको सेक्रेटरी डीएफएस अब उसके संबंध में बता देंगी। इसकी मॉनिटरिंग हम लोग कर रहे हैं ताकि इस प्रकार की स्थिति पैदा ना हो। जहां तक कोई करेंसी इस वक्त सरप्लस है, कोई उसकी शॉर्टेज नहीं है।
Well, our top international focus now. Well, US President Donald Trump has dropped decades-old US policy backing the establishment of a Palestinian state alongside Israel as part of a permanent Middle East peace agreement. While speaking at a joint press conference with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the US President, while not ruling out a two-state solution, said that his administration had no preference when it came to the final geography of the region as part of a permanent Middle East peace agreement. Well, Trump's comments dismantled one of the key pillars of the US-led peace effort, signing of the Oslo Accords, which envisioned the creation of a Palestinian state alongside the Jewish one. Trump, however, asked Netanyahu to hold back on settlement building in West Bank and East Jerusalem for a little bit. Remember, more than 6 lakh Jews live in about 140 settlements built since Israel's 1967 occupation of the West Bank and East Jerusalem, land that Palestinians claim for a future state.
That both parties like. I'm very happy with the one that both parties like. I can live with either one. I thought for a while the two-state looked like it may be the easier of the two. But honestly, if Bibi and if the Palestinians, if Israel and the Palestinians are happy, I'm happy with the one they like the best.
There are two prerequisites for peace that I laid out several years ago, and they haven't changed. First, the Palestinians must recognize the Jewish state. They have to stop calling for Israel's destruction. They have to stop educating their people for Israel's destruction. Second, in any peace agreement, Israel must retain the overriding security control over the entire area west of the Jordan River.
And a look at the other stories from across the world in World Wrap. Attackers struck in Peshawar and tribal areas on Wednesday, less than 2 days after 2 suicide attacks shocked Pakistan, taking the number of attacks to 5 this week. In Peshawar, a suicide attacker on motorbike struck a van carrying judges, which resulted in the killing of the driver and a bystander. Earlier, 3 paramilitary force personnel and 2 civilians were killed in an attack in Mohammed Agency. All the attacks were claimed by Jamaatul Arhar group. Malaysian police have detained a woman in connection with the assassination of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's estranged half-brother, while Kim Jong-nam, the eldest son of the late North Korean leader Kim Jong-il, was assaulted on Monday at Kuala Lumpur International Airport and he died on the way to hospital. Well, South Korea, citing its spy agency, says that North Korean agents had murdered Kim Jong-nam. U.S. President Donald Trump has lashed out at the U.S. intelligence community and media after new reports of contacts between the members of his team and Russia. Well, Trump accused the National Security Agency and the FBI of giving out information illegally. Now, some U.S. media reports say that the top Trump aides were in constant communication with the Russian officials during the election campaign. Intelligence officials have previously said that they believe Russia tried to influence the vote in favor of Trump. Kremlin has also rubbished the reports. At least 5 people were killed by 3 attackers before they were shot dead by police in Xinjiang, the latest outbreak of violence in the restive region of northwestern China. Well, the men armed with swords rushed into a housing complex in Pishan County and they attacked residents on Tuesday. At least 10 more people were injured. While the attackers have not been identified, the government usually blames violence in the Xinjiang region on separatists from the Uyghur community. Well, that's all in this edition of news. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.